Welcome back to the Resupply Rehash with me, DK.
And me, guy next door.
And we're here to talk about Game 2 of the quarterfinals from the 2023 Laserforce Internationals, where Auckland A played US East.
Can I just say I'm a big fan of the resupply rebites?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
yeah.
The Resupply Rewind is definitely the number one show on our channel.
yeah, it's a shame we don't have a title card for it because, it would be consistently great every week.
Mm-hmm.
Be bloody
Yep.
brilliant, yeah.
Yep, that's what we need.
Thanks for having me back.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Yeah. Lots have
I
changed.
feel like it's going in reverse here.
depending on how the video gets posted up, you might notice I'm wearing the same clothing. It's definitely a different day.
Yeah, totally.
Different podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell because I have a different color hair than last time.
exactly.
You're gonna have to go back and watch the other video now. You're second guessing it. I can see you right now.
Wow, that's a genius way to get them view counts up.
Wait, did he? Did he have different color hair? I can't remember.
I don't remember. He definitely didn't have that same chair.
Exactly. Anyway,
Anyway.
when last we left our Space Marines, you guys were up in the match about $4,000,
Ooh.
and this is a do or die game. Whoever wins this match goes on to the semifinal. Whoever loses is out in fourth. $4,000. How comfortable are you with a $4,000 lead going into game two here?
Like, not at all. I guess, so we played Greenside in the last game. I think that we feel a little more comfortable playing from red, because based on just how quickly people get up stairs, it's easier for that heavy to run up the middle ramp and make that initial right-hand turn and get whoever's coming up the green ramp faster than they can clear the corner. Unless you've got a real speedster. But I know that their heavy is Cody, and I know that we're probably about the same speed. Although, as I mentioned in the last video that we did weeks ago, I had been sick, feeling very under the weather, and so my body was basically on fire. It was, it was gnarly. So, not feeling at my best. But I personally had a pretty decent game. The last game, felt pretty confident going into this one, but $4,000,
$7,000 when it's two teams that are top level, that's a respectable heavy score.
Yeah.
On a social night, you're like, I didn't get 9,500. I sucked. This isn't good. But in those close games, you see heavy scores all the time that are like $6,500, $7,000 is good.
I think anything a passable heavy score starts at 6. If you got at least $6,000, that's a pass. You got is a B? Is a B a plus? B a pass? And
I guess it depends on the system. Depends on your standards. You should have higher standards than that.
True, I don't. I have very low standards. C minus, pass. Yeah. So that kind of $6,000 mark is you probably ticked off most of your heavy to do checklist, and as you increase that by a factor of 1,000 points, you start getting into good, great, elite kind of scoring brackets. So yeah, 7.5 is on the way to pretty good. Pretty good.
Unless you're rusty, in which case you just say it's 5 digits or get the
why are we even bothering with this?
But for us mere mortals, that's a respectable heavy score.
Yeah, and like you said, $4,000 in a Space Marines is nothing. So we know that we can't. If we had got the elim in game 1, you were much more comfortable, because then the thought process is we just have to survive. We don't have to win. Mm-hmm. We have to play well, and even with that mindset, you can get into some trouble. But
that's loser talk.
Yeah, yeah. But you don't have to do anything out of desperation, right? You can just play good fundamental Space Marines. If you win, yay. If you don't, that's fine, as long as you don't die out. And if you're good enough, you should be able to last in the match. But Yeah. No, 4 grand's not a comfy score to have.
Yeah. So you guys were basically of the mindset that we need to eliminate them in the second game because the elimination ensures victory.
Especially, you know, when you look at the caliber of players on USA East. USA East is a very, very good team.
Yeah.
Beans had, I thought, had a pretty good tournament, and he had a great game the last game. Beans is a really good player. I think some people don't give him his just desserts. But if you look at his is that right? Is that even a saying? It's probably a saying.
Yeah.
He's a very, very good player, and sometimes an underrated commander. But I think anytime you don't take him serious as an attacker, that's to your detriment. His 2 attacking scouts, being Mischief and Josiah, or whatever the hell their names were.
Cheeseburger and cookie dough.
What the fuck? So I'm trying not to swear.
Which is exactly what Cody had for breakfast that morning.
That's breakfast of champions. That's a heavy's breakfast.
Yeah, you just you use the cookies as the buns,
the buns
for the cheeseburger.
Cookie good, meat good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're really good scouts. They're really good players, really good attacking players, really smart players, and you know them flanking a commander like Beans, they can potentially do damage. They could do work, assuming that things kind of go smoothly for them. And I don't know if there's a particular moment in this game that
let's get rolling.
Awry,
let's see if there is one.
Yeah, let's have a look-see. Shout out to Redneck Tech and Lucidin for commentating this game as well.
It was definitely good fun to get their immediate reactions at the end of last game. So
Real
Cody
quick.
gets put down immediately by Morange, so he's able to just slip in the back, I guess.
Real quick, I'm just gonna skip back. Watch the middle ramp. I clear that corner before anyone comes around the green ramp, but it looks like they've taken the nest.
Yes, so they must have run up long ramp at the start, so they didn't come up green at all.
Yeah.
So now you're tracking back. Cody's got control of that. So oddly, even though you're on opposite colors, the game kind of actually starts in the same way the last one did, where they go into the nest and you guys are more on the green side, but now you just flipped real quick. So they just get kicked
got
immediately.
Pushed. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I didn't. I blinked and all of a sudden they were gone.
We're gonna go back and have a look. So.
No! They get cleared out by old mate GuyNextDoor. Look at that slumping posture from Cody. Oh my goodness! Steve just ate them for breakfast.
I love that. That makes me happy. And to have somebody...
and Morange came up behind you. Yeah, it was Morange who came up behind you too. Oh, so they just got
what
3
a pincer.
Sandwiched.
Less good than a cookie burger sandwich.
That is the risk, I think, if you take the long ramp route as green off the start, is you theoretically can get to the nest faster than the red team, but you do kind of leave yourself open to being flanked like that because you've probably pushed your heavy forward in that direction.
Yeah.
So there wasn't anybody to take out the opposing 3-hit. And there, Leech doing work again. Yeah, Josiah's waiting around here because he was waiting for Beans to launch his nuke. So now you see he gets in. He's sitting there, sitting there. Now the nuke drops.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before about little things. That nuke was probably 15 seconds too late for Josiah, and Beans wouldn't have known that. But Josiah got hit a bunch.
And go ahead and run back the nuke sequence again because. Yeah. Josiah gets into you. So he does the one crucial thing that you need to do here, which is he gets into the nest in order to clear you guys out. But if you look at the bottom screen, there's nobody there to push from the other side when that nuke drops. If they go out in that direction, you have to have a second player who is taking the other half of that because otherwise you guys just retreat to the room around the corner and nothing really happens.
No,
You're already covering that side.
Yeah.
And now Morin just puts him down, and you guys retake it instantly.
And so because the nuke was late, Josiah got reset 3 times. I think he got put down by me. Leech went around, put him down, and then Light came around, put him down again. And he's in a spot where, what are you going to do? So he goes to kind of retreat around the corner to stop the bleeding. And at that point, my whole team gets resupplied, and then the nuke drops. So it's tough. It's nobody's pushing either, because there's been damage done to both sides.
Yep. And now you and Light need to get capped up in this situation, because Light got himself down to 11. They're still looking at double, which is good, but I don't know why. Yeah, the scouts need to be gone from here. They're both like full to the brim. And anytime go ahead.
I was gonna say, which scouts?
My
scouts.
Yeah,
sorry.
They're both full. I'm looking at your scouts.
Yeah,
they're both totally full now.
Yeah.
And is that Fan who was commenting? That should have gone so much worse for them than it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really had a chance to punish you guys off of that nuke, because Josiah was in the right spot, but they didn't have the second attacker who needed to be there.
They didn't have the attacker, and the nuke was just that fraction late, and it makes such a big difference. And when you're trying to fight a home team who knows their maze, those little things that seem innocuous at the time, just they either snowball into big things, or they stop the momentum of big things happening.
Well, they let you guys breathe too much.
Exactly.
And now Morange has another nuke. So not only did you guys get pretty much completely full, because you got all the way up to full, both King and Leech got up to full, and then Morange is able to nuke again. That just keeps the pressure and the tempo entirely on the green side. And they're still not doing bad, because an Applesauce is still on 14 lives. So it's not as though they've been hemorrhaging lives or anything. But in terms of tactical control of the field, you guys are in a much superior position here.
Yeah, you look at, we've gone probably 30 seconds to a minute without really seeing any green players flash up on these upstairs cameras. Like, there was briefly somebody, but I think it was Josiah or Cheeseburger. No, Cookie Dough. Which one is he?
He's Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger, yeah. God damn it.
Leech doing more work. Gets Cookie Dough, puts 3 into Beans.
What this does as well, it's not capitalizing on my current physical ailments.
They're not attacking the weak gazelle where
that's
they
should. I'm able to, to be fair, I'm upstairs. At one point, I get real dizzy, and I say to a ref, just can you watch me, because I think I might pass out? Just be aware.
Yeah, I think that was me.
That was you, yeah.
I was like, nah, I think Steve's going to finish this one out.
Yeah.
No problem. And yeah, here 2K has a nice little run, managing to use the green base as a reset to kick Beans again. And I think I remember hearing this one on video where you kind of hear Beans just yell something like, guys, I need help over here, or something to that effect.
Oh, that's bloody great work there by I missed who it was. Light. Somebody. It was Light. So who got Cookie?
Oh, very nice.
Light, yeah. But yeah, like, we haven't seen
him and 2K.
Beans like attacking upstairs.
Light and 2K, wherever they are, I guess Cody must be over by long ramp, because I can see the edge of Light's suit right over there.
Yeah.
But the two of them were just ripping him up.
Well, here they come. Is the attacking reset finally doing something? But later, Bo.
Here you come. Yep. Bam. You're like, nope. Yeah, you put down Beans while he was up. Beans did get one in a sneak, but how are we doing on lives here? Now you guys got the 12-7 advantage, plus Morange has a nuke in pocket and Beans doesn't. So you guys definitely in command of this game, both tactically and in terms of medical lives at this point. Josiah's getting down real low.
Morange must have done
he
some
does get
work
resupplied
on the long ramp there, because he missile Beans. Oh, but then he came... How did he missile Beans? Oh, he must have been standing somewhere in green base or something, got them as they came down the long ramp. Either that, or used the teleporter that I sometimes use when I'm playing Hoodie.
Exactly. Gotta make sure you use that teleporter.
That's right. That's one of my favorite moments.
Yeah, look at how healthy you guys are, just in like terms of a weapons check.
Yeah.
And it's not just how many lives you guys have, it's just how much more you would be able to sustain your attack. Although that was a really, really good recover from Josiah, where he's now totally full on shots and back up to 20 lives when he was on 4 like a minute ago.
I mean, like, Applesauce is getting, like, to lose lives to the scout, like, that's not good.
Yep, and I think we're getting pretty close here to when some of the kind of bad mistakes come back to bite them a little bit, because they are going to retake upstairs from you, at least temporarily, or maybe because you guys go to get bases, but then they don't necessarily capitalize. Yeah, here they come. So Cody puts you guys down. He manages to get most of the kick, but you push him out.
So I had backtracked so he couldn't get me again.
Right.
We're pretty sure we're pincered here between Cody on one side. Oh no, that's a bad resupply. Oh no, that's a good resupply.
And he got a nuked right off of that. So you don't get the backtrack. So Cody's able to take control of that.
But here's
resupply.
The thing. Just quickly, if you look here, what should have happened was Cody knows there's a nuke coming.
Yep.
He knows that there's a nuke coming. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been upstairs. He doesn't get to a point where he can see who he can follow and who he can't. So based on where people...
I think he's at that corner. I think he sees you right there.
So he sees me, but he doesn't see any of the others. He could have gone all the way to the ramp and killed everyone there except for me, which he had done a few times. But because he had moved a little bit too far, he didn't have a visual on who was up, who was down, and it really meant that this nuke goes to waste, or at least from his perspective.
I wouldn't necessarily say so, because he does kick you guys off of this.
Well, so we've I assume we've gone.
Yeah, you guys must have gone down long. So there's Applesauce and Sweets are about to come back in, but notice the life count. Yeah, so but notice the life count that we have here. Applesauce is within nuke range. Cody and Nolan are both under 10 lives, which is not where you want to be.
No.
If you're a medic, like I was just throwing out lives left and right in that kind of situation, and it's going to take way too long. Cody should be getting resupplied there, and Nolan should be getting hit immediately after. You don't want to lose that position, but making sure that you're capped up when you're within nuke danger range is so important. And sometimes the medic just needs to, like, honestly overrule the other players and say, I don't care, you guys can backtrack when I put you down, but you need these lives right now.
So
they're sitting there. Sweets is not getting resupplied when he should.
Yeah, that's not good. That's bad. That's bad Space Marines play. And it happens, but this is the first time he's taken one.
So he does get resupplied there, but now the nuke's already going off. So there was time. I think I could count from that. There was time, I think, for about 3 more resupply cycles that they could have gotten in.
Now he did get a reset. He did get a reset on Leech, which did help. But I mean, that's not his job. Like, because to be fair,
in this scenario where you're back with your ammo and your heavy when you're the medic, like when you die, they basically should be about capped up, but they just don't have the lives at this point. Like that could not have gone worse for them, because when Applesauce goes out, not only was the back line not resupplied, but it's right at the point where sort of the front line would want to think about coming back to maybe getting that last couple of taps of lives.
Yeah.
So that was a really, really timely nuke from Morange. You can see, like, Beans was excelling last game. Morange just was crushing this game. If you look at the scores here, Morange had an absolute heater, and he basically stayed full nuke ahead of Beans for that sequence, and that's why he gets the elim on the medic quicker. And that's the game right there. When Applesauce is dead, it's just mopping up from here on out.
I think, like you can see in chat, and this is one less than ideal thing from live streaming the games, is that chat, because we all are armchair quarterbacks, so or armchair couch commanders. Yeah. Available now on the resupply merch store. But as a couch commander, it's easy to sit in chat and say things like, oh, this is squarely on this player, this is all on Cody. It's not the case. Like,
it's never on one person.
Nah.
like that. And I'm not necessarily blaming Applesauce or Sweets individually either. That was a collective responsibility between the three of them to know
Yeah,
what the game state was and who needs to get resupplied and how the order needs to go and when.
I would also, so I would probably weight that 60-40 in like Sweet should take more of the blame than Applesauce. Only because you need to have a good understanding of your own lives count in a Space Marines game. Like you can't do that. You can't as the ammo be so low, especially when there's ample time to basically get almost full. He would have survived lots longer, and it's not like they ran out of shots, but it makes a difference. Like
Beans is only on 7 shots though,
exactly, and
and
there's still
if
3 minutes
Sweets had a
left.
few of those extra lives,
Yeah,
yeah, that's not going to be. And I mean, Beans only has 3 lives, so they might equalize there. But you always want to have the option to
yeah,
do more with your lives when you're a commander, because you never know.
yeah,
You never know
and
if
you
you might be able to
can.
get a lucky missile or two to get that extra nuke.
Yep, I mean he's got all 4 of his missiles, and also I mean we might be missing some cleanup area, but you also can use the reset, like the hit point reset
Mm-hmm.
technique, like to save those
Yeah,
lives. So
yeah. So not having either resup really limits their options. The reality is there just isn't enough time. I mean, they're under 20 lives. It's 2.5 minutes, even with 4 people. It's just too much time. It's
yeah,
too much time against a team that is competent. They did
yeah,
manage to take out Sneak, so good on them.
yeah, nice.
But that's way too little, too late.
My bad, Sneak.
Well, that was a nice little crouching shot there from Josiah, and you had to look down.
Yeah,
He did get two. He went 2 for 1 on that one, which isn't bad when you're a scout.
yeah.
You gotta like the 2 for 1 exchange. When
Beat
you
up on the
hit.
Walking Dead.
Well, it won't have to go for too much longer.
Yeah, good job by Marge.
Yeah, and I mean, Morange really stomps, but the rest of you guys putting in work. Leech at 4K, Light at 4K. The rest of you guys are all over 6,
Yeah.
so really well staggered in the other spots.
Yeah,
But just Morange obviously taking the lead on that one, and just superb work by him in this game, honestly.
shout out Light as well. Like 4100 as a ammo is a top effort. So
Yeah, especially in your guys' field. Like, it's not a
Yeah.
big ammo scoring field
no,
relative to some of the other ones.
you need to do work, and I sometimes feel that the ammo can get higher scores, but it usually comes at the detriment of not resupplying your team. Like that's your job. Our maze plays fast enough that like you should always have somebody should be taking those shots before the ammo can get to them. But yeah.
Yeah, they get down to the 60-second mark, so not too bad. But that's where, man, a few of those extra taps of lives. Like, imagine if Cody had been at 20 lives rather than 12 when Applesauce died. Like that could have been a difference maker. Now, obviously, in this game, you guys were up on points anyway. But just going through those kinds of exercises and thinking about, which is the whole point of these commentary videos, well, what kinds of things could we do to change the fate of this game? If it was really important that we survive and live the game out to have a chance in another game, or to keep the point differential closer, like making sure that you have a bunch of lives on your medic dies, so that you know that you're doing everything you possibly can. That, okay, medic's out, but I have 20 lives. Let me see what I can do with that.
Yeah.
Versus only having half that.
I can't remember. Does the penalty take away 1,000 off the score still, or is the 10,000?
I think you guys. I think we managed to
We had the
remove it
patch.
early in the week.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I think we're able to do it. So I think that is accurate.
I gave a little bit of shtick to Morange in the last episode, but I think he played pretty well, especially because this was kind of his first real attempt at being the dominant attacker on the A team. And not even he played commander in Detroit, and did a pretty good job there. He played I think commander on the B team in Brisbane.
That's my recollection. Yeah.
That was his first taste, obviously, and that's always.
But even then, I thought of him as like being the real standout player on that
100%
B team that you guys brought him in to Brisbane.
Yeah, he's fully cemented himself as one of, if not the top Auckland players at the moment. And I tongue in cheek give him shit about losing nukes and stuff, but I felt that he did a pretty bang up job throughout the week of Auckland. I thought he's pretty good. It was a real pleasure to play with him too, because as an attacking player, he's so focused on his job, and he is a weapon. So yeah, it was pretty great. Stupid tall guy. But
Those tall redheads just crushing people at Commander.
it must be, I don't know. They must be able to see in the dark better.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, we'll go with that. This was a pretty this match win was up there with one of my prouder Nats achievements.
Good, it should be.
Yeah, especially off the back of we had some pretty big obstacles coming into this year. Like our site had been closed all year. I think it opened up like weeks before Nats. Due to floods and stuff that happened in Auckland. We had also gone the summer without lasers. In fact, we hadn't really played any Space Marines really for like maybe 10 months. Because I think prior to that we had hosted a triple threat tournament in the prior October, which actually I got COVID before, so I didn't even get to play.
A lot of obstacles. Poor Steve.
After this, the kind of blowout from this match is I left the arena and then collapsed. I was not in a good way. We almost thought about forfeiting the next match. But I was like, no, give me 15 minutes and we'll see how we go. But I think by this point, my body felt like it was on fire. My extremities, my legs had this weird, terrible tingle sensation. Not a good ASMR one, but like a terrible ASMR one. So
more like a deep vein thrombosis type thing.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, so I actually collapsed. I think I was writhing in agony on the floor of the maze for about 10 of the 15 allotted rest minutes. It was not fun. So
I remember trying to hype Orange up after this game and being like, "You guys got it. You guys can take Brisbane. Well, I want to see you in the finals. Come on, you guys can do it." But I know it was too much for you to overcome with
gnarly.
How your body was. You did your job. You defended your home turf to make sure that you guys placed.
We got a podium. Tournament. Yeah.
But then potentially having to play like 2 more matches, because that's what it would have been for you guys, right? Is you would have had to play
6 games back to back to back to back.
3 more matches.
Yeah. It would have been 6 games.
If you beat Brisbane, you'd have to beat us, and you would have had to beat us again.
Exactly.
So you still were looking at 6 potential more games before you guys could have taken first place.
I had like, and I won't talk too much about the next match for second and third, but at one point, whenever you get encouragement from the opposition's heavy, I think, it wasn't even the heavy. Taipan, who was the commander.
He was a commander, right?
He was like, "No, you got this, Steve. Keep going, bro." And I was like, I don't think I'm good.
I might be dying.
I think I'm dying. Did I die? I'm already dead. But I'm super proud of my team for managing the podium, because early in the week we had some real issues, just getting any cohesion. We had some chemistry issues. We had some morale issues, and so we were able to overcome that stuff, and really massive credit to USA East, because this match could have gone either way, I think. They just we managed to do a couple of the little things right. They missed a couple of the little things. I think they had some cohesion stuff as well, but their cohesion stuff kind of kicked in towards the back half of the week, which is a real shame.
It's important to peak at the right time.
100%. And if you don't have the ability, like, it's rad that we get these not hybrid teams, but these wider rep teams, I guess, USA East, USA West. It's really hard to get good team cohesion when you don't get to play with your team, at least not on a regular basis. So, power to them for pushing us. We just, we happen to peak at the, and I use the term peak very loosely, but peak at the right-ish time. And
well, you found your right lineup and you exceeded where you had been in the seeding leading into finals. So like, that's a good result. It's maybe not, the result that we all want, which is to be the champions, but but sometimes it's like, you have to consider the moral victories. If you look at the arc of a person's entire career, like those are the moments that you look for.
Yeah, flu game will always live on in my mind. Maybe not necessarily in game 2 of the series, but game 1 certainly. There was a couple of Michael Jordan flu game moments for me, and I'll always kind of remember those pretty fondly. But
you were a beast in that first game.
Loved it
because I was there reffing that spot, and I saw what was going on. So that was pretty good.
When you can prove to yourself and your contemporaries that you, at your peak, can compete with the best in the world, that is a nice feeling to have, especially 20 years into your career. Yeah,
exactly. That's why I appreciate you not getting me sick until after the awards dinner, so I can at least feel good for that day.
I think you'll find out Stallion got you sick.
That was the royal you. That was y'all.
Oh, you mean you people? You didn't want to say you people.
Yes, your island of filth and disease that bubbles up these laser tag infections.
Yeah, take your measles blanket back.
Oof. Ooh. Oof. Well, on that cheery note, thanks for joining us, everybody. This was good fun. It's a little bit different format than we've done for the other ones, but thank you for lending a real air of professionalism to my usual just rambling streams about people playing laser tag.
There ain't nothing that says professional more than long scraggly head and the shittest beard.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.
Bye.